Hello everyone, my name is Chris Bonner and right now I will be presenting the virus known as H1N1. This great presentation would not be possible without Aaron Sahota and Thomas Kurtzio, so sit back, enjoy, and pay attention because not everyone is totally immune to this disease. What is H1N1 influenza? An influenza virus called H1N1 can cause great illness in people. Yes, it is a virus. This virus was first detected in people in the United States in April 2009. H1N1 is a subtype of influenza A and is a virus that was the most common cause of human influenza sickness in 2009. The main cause of the swine flu is physical proximity with pigs. Although this virus can spread amongst many humans who have not been in the presence of pigs. In fact, this virus can spread fairly rapidly from person to person worldwide. The reason the H1N1 virus is also called swine flu is because it spreads like the normal flu. Now let's talk more about this virus. This form of swine flu is an influenza virus of a different strain that produced wheezing and redness of eyes in pigs. There were rare instances of virus jumping off the pigs and catching human beings working in pig farms. In fact, it was later that this swine flu had mutated into a new strain and started to spread from one person to another. Through panic at pig farms and even poultry at this point, it was nothing less than a pandemic and caused even more panic among the population in different parts of the world because pork and poultry are mainstays of many people's diets. This pandemic was deadly and resulted in thousands of deaths in many countries, with several governments ordering killing of large numbers of pigs in their countries. Virus construction. Known as a quadruple reassortant virus, it has two genes from flu viruses that normally circulate in pigs in Europe and Asia, bird genes, and human genes. In fact, which is a pretty cool fact, the H and N stand for the two proteins on the outer surface of the virus. Now let's talk about the symptoms of H1N1 and how do you know you have it. The symptoms of 2009 H1N1 flu virus in people include fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, body aches, headache, chills, fatigue, and loss of appetite. How do you know you have it? If you experience these symptoms along with dizziness and confusion, that's probably a sign that you have H1N1. Anyone can also have flu-like symptoms that improve and get better, but then return again with fever and worse cough. This may also be a symbol of H1N1. Now, how can a person get it? This virus is contagious and spreads from one person to another. Spread of the H1N1 virus is thought to occur in the same way that seasonal flu spreads. This virus can spread through coughing, sneezing, or talking to people with influenza. Sometimes people may become infected by touching something, for instance an object with flu viruses on it, and then touching their mouth or nose. As you can see, here is a diagram that sums up the virus construction, how can a person get it, and the symptoms a victim will experience with H1N1. Basically, the virus in this diagram consists of bird, pig, and human genes, spreads through inhalation, and plagues the victim with many symptoms. How to prevent H1N1. It is important that you wash your hands often with soap and water. Rubbing alcohol and hand sanitizers help too because these methods kill H1N1. Also, it is important that you avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Germs spread this way. Try to avoid close contact with sick people. If you are able to do this, you will also be able to stay healthy. There's also a flu vaccine, which is by far the most effective solution in protecting against the flu infection. I myself have taken the vaccine, and honestly, I felt protected against the flu infection because I never got any of H1N1's symptoms. How to treat H1N1. When you have H1N1, it is important to stay home for at least 48 hours and rest so that your body can recover and build up resistances. It is also important to take antiviral drugs because these drugs will combat against H1N1. It is also important to drink lots of clean water because clean water will help clean your body out. Fever-reducing medicines typically contain acetaminophen, such as Tylenol. These medicines can both help bring fever down and relieve pain. This influenza virus is destroyed by heat 75 to 100 degrees Celsius. In addition, several chemical germicides, including chlorine, hydrogen peroxide, and even alcohols, are effective against human influenza viruses if used in proper concentration. Who gets H1N1? It's usually children younger than 5 years old, adults 65 years of age and older, people of any age with certain chronic medical conditions, people who are pregnant, have diabetes, heart disease, asthma, or kidney disease, and people with weak immune systems. Finally, let's move on to the statistics. As you can see on the left, national-wise, the darker the color red is in a province, the higher the mortality rate was in 2009. As you can see on the right, international-wise, Mexico out of 10 countries has the most cases of swine flu. Moving on to more statistics, Africa has 104 deaths, the Americas have 5,360 deaths, the Eastern Mediterranean has 330 deaths, Europe has 650 deaths, Southeast Asia has 738 deaths, Western Pacific has 644 deaths, and Canada itself has 25 deaths along with 7,983 cases. As of today, the World Health Organization estimates that more than 7,800 people have died from H1N1 alone. If any of you were wondering who Patient Zero is, his name is Edgar Hernandez. It is known, according to his mom, that he felt ill because a pig farm was nearby his residence. He lives in Mexico and is a healthy individual as of today.